watch Once Over. My name is Big E. This is going to be the review of the Gevril Wall Street, and this is a Submariner high-end homage. And let's do a quick unboxing here, and then we'll get into the review. It comes in this lovely cardboard box with some Gevril paperwork, which is light blue. It shows you many different models and how to set a watch. And it comes in this beautiful teakwood type box. And it's really, really nice. Let's open it up. Comes with the international warranty card. Nice leather lined box. Padded top box. The box is really impressive. Little silicone. Wow. It's really heavy. Okay, let's get this unwrapped. Okay. Wow, that looks good. Well, I'm going to get this all unwrapped and get it sized, and then we can start the review.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Watch Once Over, where I give your watch the once over. My name is Big E, and I'm going to bring to you today this high-end Submariner homage. This is the Gevril Wall Street, and this watch has a retail price of $3,500, probably making it the most expensive Submariner homage on the market today. This watch, and I'll put all the specs in the size up to the watch right over here on the left while we get into the watch a little bit. This watch is a very, very high quality watch. It has polishing that is, I believe, just as good as a Rolex. It has fit and finish just as good as a Rolex, and it definitely keeps time just as good as a Rolex. This watch is from Gevril. They've started in, I think, 1793, so they've been around a long time, and these watches are made in limited quantities, and all Gevril watches are made in limited quantities. They make about 6,000 watches a year, and usually 500 in each type of watch. So this is a limited run, and this is number I think 31 of 500. So these watches are a little bit exclusive. They're harder to find and harder to get, and not only that, there's so many other choices out there. At $3,000, this watch is passed over a lot, but it is really, really a gem. Now, let's get right into the watch. It has a 43 millimeter case, and it has a lug-to-lug, a wingspan of 51 millimeters, and it is really thin. It's only 12.5 millimeters thick, and it's powered by ETA top grade 2824-2, and it has a date complication, which is magnified over here just like a Rolex. Now this is a little bit bigger than the Submariner, being a 43, so it's more the size of maybe a Rolex Sea Dweller. But I really like the colorway of this watch, which is a dazzling blue, and this blue looks black in some lights, but it is not a light blue, not a dark blue. It's somewhere in between a turquoise and a royal, and I've never seen this colorway before on any watch. It's really beautiful, and a ceramic bezel is equally as beautiful. Now, this watch comes with a solid end-link bracelet, and it's affixed with just screws, really easy to size. And it has a Jubilee bracelet that comes with it, and this is the optional Jubilee bracelet. It also comes with a normal bracelet, but the Jubilee bracelet is the higher end bracelet, and it costs about $200 more for this Jubilee bracelet. So that's an upgrade on there. It's ISO rated. It's 200 meters, and it's professional. As you can see down here on the 3-line text over 6 o'clock, it's 200 waters rated, and it's 200 meters, and it says professional. So that's pretty good. The printing on here is absolutely stellar. The indices are applied. They are some of the best applied indices I've ever seen. The hands are great. I'll put some macro shots up of the watch in there so you can look at that. That's all really nice. And it has a 120 click bezel, and this bezel is one of the best detents that I've ever felt. Doesn't have any back play, 120 click, and listen to the detent on there. It's not too loud. It's just really nice. It lines up perfectly. The re-halt is just all stainless steel, as you can see. And then it has a minute track going all around on the outer edge of the dial. The hands are Mercedes style Rolex, and it's has a 28,800 beat rate, which is 4 hertz. Now, this watch's crown is something notable. It's a signed crown, and if you can look at it, it's a bigger crown. The crown is really, really easy to grip and has some of the best pop ever. Let's see if you can hear it. Hear that pop out? That crown has probably the best pop of any crown I've ever felt. And the winding is butter smooth. Then the screw down is positive, grips the threads every time. Really good crown action. Some of the best crown action I've ever felt on a watch. Now the finishing is satin on the top with chrome on the sides with a slight banana K-shape, and this K-shape is really comfortable. I really like it. And on the clasp, which is I don't like about this is the stamp clasp, but it does have a milled aspect to it, and it's a fold over. Now on this model there's no diver's extension, but you do get lots of micro holes for adjusting, and you also get a half link. So it adjusts really easy. You get a signed clasp right there. Let me fold it over so you can see. You get a signed clasp. Really nice brushing on there, and really nice polishing. And you get satin on the outside with polished center links, and they're really brightly polished, and it's nice. Now, other things about this company, Gevril, they have the record for the highest homage, and that is Gevril Tribeca Paul Newman. They go for about 5,000, and I'll put a picture of that Paul Newman right up here. And it's a really nice homage, and they're really sought after, and they're really high quality, and it was made in the 1990s. Now, some people haven't heard of Gevril, but Gevril Group, it's a pretty big group with about 20 different companies, and some of the most notable companies is going to be Porsche Design, Fortis, GV2, which is a lower end Gevril, and then Eterna. So some of those you probably heard of, especially Eterna and Fortis and Porsche Design. So they have the pedigree, and it's a pretty good company. Now you get a sapphire crystal with this, which is a flat sapphire crystal, anti-reflective inner coating, really nice ceramic bezel, really sharp bezel, which actually, if you look, overhangs slightly. Now, I like that because it makes gripping the bezel super easy. Even if you have wet hands, gloved hands, or sweaty hands, that's going to be super easy to grip. Now, some of the things that I want to explain on here, this watch does have a loomed pip at 12 o'clock, and it does carry a Super Luminova. Now, let's do a loom shot real quick. And that's your Super Luminova. The Super Luminova lasts for a pretty long time, a couple hours. It's not the best loom. I want to say it's probably C3, but it has decent loom. I wish the pip was a little bit bigger, but you know, it is what it is. Now, on this watch, Gevril actually went into this 2824-2 and tuned it up, and they did some things. They used a top grade 2824-2, and they added a silicone balance wheel. And here's your marking for that right here. So they added a silicone balance wheel. These are all limited edition, individually handcrafted in Switzerland, La Chaux de France. That's where they're made at, and their headquarters is in New York City. So all the Gevrils right now are named after streets in New York. This one is the Wall Street. There's other colorways, but this watch to me has superseded anything from Steinhardt and other luxury Rolex homage watches. It's running plus 2 seconds a day. It's not sun in the chronometer. It has a top grade movement, but it has not been sun in for chronometer testing, but it is running plus 2 seconds a day, which is really, really good. This watch, you can get it discounted. I usually see them for about $1,500 or $1,600. I urge you, if you're looking for something other than a Rolex, an alternative, this is a really nice watch, and I would want to put it above the Steinhardts. And as you know, I've owned Steinhardts, and I've also have a Steinhardt video that I've done, a review. So this watch is just a little bit more tasteful. I like the colors. I like the size. I like everything about it, and it could use a bigger pip, a brighter pip, and maybe a little laster longer loom. But as far as the wheel, the date wheel, the magnification is 2.5 times. That's really wonderful. The printing on here, this dial is spot on. The indices are spot on. This watch is beautiful, and it has the signed crown. It has a 120 click bezel, screw down crown, screw down back, limited edition. It's really nice and exclusive. Rock solid 2824 top grade ETA movement. You really can't go wrong. This is something that's going to last you for years, and that's it. My name is Big E. Big E. That's your watch once over, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you, and God bless.